Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. I'm so excited today because I think I did a really good look today. This is the look I'm going to show you that I did, and I used it using the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude, okay, and the Natasha Denona Safari palette. This palette gets a lot of mixed reviews. They either like it or they don't, okay? I don't know if you can still get it or not. And mine's still great, still looks really good. Like, I don't have any issues with it at all. Now, this is an all matte palette. So you really kind of have to like matte looks if you're just using this palette. But what I find this palette good for, like with any all matte palette, that gives you a chance to use either like your liquid shadows or maybe your ColourPop shadows, the Super Shocks, or like an all glitter palette, like say the Pat McGrath Mothership 4. Like, you could use it with this, or even she's got an all matte palette now you could use it with, right? With this one, I like to use it with my I used to use it with the liquid like a trichrome, duochrome, whatever liquid shadows she came out with. That. Now, do I like this palette for an all matte look? Yeah, but I don't really like all matte looks, I'm not gonna lie. I don't mind them if I can like pull my highlighter in for my inner corner. I don't know what it is about an inner corner. Like, I feel like I just like it being shiny. I don't know, but I love shiny on the lid, as you can see. I mean, look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. But let's get started, because it has been a while since I've actually pulled out the Safari palette. Let me know if you all got it, what you think about it. Again, a lot of people have different reviews on it. I love this palette, like, love it. You probably can't tell, but I really do like this palette. Like, I don't go into it often just because I do like a shimmer look, obviously. But if I'm in the mood for a matte look, this is the palette I go for. And it's special enough to me that, it's in my top drawer. So I do have 2 drawers of Natasha Denona and 2 drawers of Pat McGrath beside me. And then 2 drawers of, maybe 3 drawers of Too Faced because of holiday collections. Now, the Too Faced, I don't keep them necessarily beside me because they're my favorite shadows, okay? I'm not going to lie. They're just there because I have nowhere else to put them. And, like, my Tarte and MAC and all them are over against the wall there. So, I have lots of stuff everywhere. Let's get real. So, I mean, I do have, my top 4 drawers, though, are my babies. They sit right beside me. You know what I mean? Like, my bed's right here, and my makeup thing is right there. Keeping them all together because I just love them. But anyway, let's go get started. It sounds crazy, I know, but these things are expensive, right? So I'm gonna keep them close. Anyway, so let's get started. So the first shade we're gonna go into is Lotus, and see, I like this palette because it loves the shuttle. I mean, no, not really. I love this Lotus shade, the color of this, and then the color of Messiah, and then Voodoo. Those 3, well, sometimes I like that one too, but really it's Lotus, Messiah. Now I can't even talk, but you get my point. Like, that bottom row, love it. And now that I've become aware of how I like to wear blues, I actually like to get into this and play with those blues and grays, because I'll be honest, I haven't really touched those ones. It's mainly the first or the second and third row in this palette that I like to play with the most, because they're more, pinks, purples, browns, tans, stuff like that. Skin tone colors, orange. Well, there is an orange. Is that a red? What is that? Or is that an orange? I don't know. Some of them I really haven't, like I said, the bottom row is like my jam. That's where I just thrive. Like, I love this palette for that bottom row. Now, when you're spending $120, you probably should like more than one row, which I do, but just in general, But I loved the way this played out using the Nude palette. And again, I could have definitely, pulled for the mattes in the Nude, but I feel like the mattes are important, especially like if you're doing a colored look and you want just that base color, I feel like that's where that palette, because this is all mattes, I kind of wanted to use all the mattes out of this and then go like reverse the roles basically and use it like that. And I am so glad I did, because oh my goodness, it just turned out so pretty. And I love that, like, her shadows all play well together. They really do. You really can't go wrong with her shadows, I don't think. I mean, of course, there's always the hit or miss, but for the most part, I don't have a problem with them, I'm not gonna lie. And they still perform very well. Like this palette here, the Safari palette, is probably what, 3 years old, 4 years old maybe. Okay, now we're going to go into Messiah, which is this purpley shade right here. I'm going to guess it's about that old, seriously, if I had to take a guess. But you can see that the colors are performing well. And I'm just using my Morphe and Jaclyn Hill collection brushes to do this look. Now, generally, when I pull for a Natasha Denona palette, I'm using my Refer brushes, I'm not going to lie. I like to pull out the, big guns when I'm playing with her shadows. Same with Pat. I feel like they deserve the best, And if I were to ever venture into my Sonia G brushes up there, I probably won't. But if I did, I would use those, with the Natasha Denona palette for sure. But I just ain't brave enough yet. And those brushes are expensive. So once I feel comfortable enough, then I might, like once my skills get a little bit better, then I might pull them and use them. But for right now, we're going to stick to, these. Not that Refer brushes are cheap, because they're not. But I'm dipping my toe in with natural brushes using them, And I can tell that Sonia G brushes are very well made. I actually use the travel set. It came with these here. Like, I do use these brushes a good bit. These ones. But that's as far as I venture. I'm not using the good ones yet. But I do play with these. These are probably, and I don't know why, because these were expensive too. It's not like they're any cheaper. But there's just something about her brushes that, like, I'm not there yet, but when I get there, I'm playing. We're going to take that same Messiah color and run it along the lower lash line. But yeah, like, I just think that these two palettes together are amazing, to be honest. And again, I hardly ever use this palette by itself. But I do use this palette, like I said, to at least create the base part of it. And then for the lid and inner corner, I usually use something else. But I have created all matte looks before using this palette. And I do enjoy them. Like, I think they look pretty. But And I think I've even filmed, to be honest, an all matte look using this palette several times. But at the same time, generally and honestly, when I'm done filming, I can't help myself. I have to put something on my lid. I don't know why. I really don't. Because, like I said, I do think the look turned out really, really good. But there's just something about me wanting that to see glitter. It's like if I'm going to sit here and do my makeup, I want shiny. I want to see it. I want to know that it's there. Type of thing, you know? And that's just a me thing, and I know that. And everybody's different, and everybody has the right to like and do as they please. So, but just me in particular, I love me some glitter and shimmer. Not glitter, but metallic or shimmer. Even a satin. Like on a soft day of satin. Okay, now we're going to go into Voodoo, which is this darker shade. We're just going to put that on the outer portion here. But yeah, I think this look came out really good. I'm actually very pleased with it. I knew it'd come out good. I didn't know how good it'd come out though. Because, you know, when you're thinking about a look, you can see it in your head, but that doesn't mean that's what you're coming out with, you know what I mean? It could be, but it doesn't mean it's going to be. So we're going to take that same shade Voodoo, and I'm going to line the lower lash line. And in all honesty, I think all these tones look amazing together too. Like the glitter or the metallic shades that I used are so pretty. But we're going to line that lower lash line up, and I'm putting it right up on that lash line too. I'll probably blend it out again with Messiah, but we'll go back to that one in a minute, because right now I just want to get the groundwork done and then show you the I Need a Nude. So I do think that the I Need a Nude and the fact that, like, this is your main, like I said, I Need a Nude can stand by itself. It truly, truly can. You do not need another palette to create a gorgeous, beautiful look. You don't. But it could be a companion palette just as much as it's a standalone palette. And I think it would be a great companion palette for this one in particular. Just because there is no kind of sparkly, glittery, any kind of shade. At first I pulled out the Circo Loco palette. And when I look at that palette, as crazy as it sounds, even though it's all color, I don't see where I Need a Nude works with it. I just don't. Could it? I'm sure it could. Like, I don't have a doubt in my mind that it could work with it. I just don't see it myself. Alright, now we're going to go into Mia. This one right here. And usually I've been using that for an inner corner, or even like tapping it in the middle of the eye after I get the shade down. This time we're going to go into it with my finger. I know, who am I? I don't know. But we're going to place it on the lid. And the reason why I wanted to use my finger is because this is a sheerer shade. It is. It doesn't have a lot of like backing behind it, like color payoff. But when I use my finger, it kind of does. And B, the warmth of my finger makes it stick. Look at that. Tell me that's not beautiful. Like, you can't tell me that's not pretty. Now, did I get a little bit of fallout? Yeah, I did. Am I that concerned with it? No. No, I'm not. Can I clean it up? Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Could get stuck. It's hard to tell, really. But I think I can clean it up. But look at that. Can't tell me that's not pretty. You just can't. Not and keep a straight face. I think I need to darken up my Messiah a little bit more though here. Maybe bring it in a little more. I don't want to do too much. My eyes are so different. It is so hard to get both sides the same. I don't even try anymore, to be honest with you, but I do try to keep it like the same depth. If one shade's darker, I'll try to fix that. But as far as like shape wise, I don't ever try to fix the shape because it just isn't going to, you know. There's nothing I can do that's going to fix the shape because my eyes are just so off. But at the same time, I don't really care. They're my eyes, you know. I do what I can with them and call it a day. But I will say using these palettes is, oh my goodness, so easy to do. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's just it's gorgeous. Look at it. Okay, now, I do use a brush with this one. So now we're going to go into Whisper. And I put that on the inner corner. So this one right here. So I use that for the lid. This one for the lid, Mia. And Whisper is going to be inner corner. And I barely picked it up. And got it on the brush. I basically got it just on the tip. Because it is a glittery shadow. So you do have to be, and I don't spray. So I have to be very precise with it. Where it's going to go everywhere. So I just get it on the tip. And then I'm just going to like push it into there and then into here, and I'm pushing it. I'm not swiping it because if I do, it will go everywhere. And I'll push it in, and then I'll sort of manipulate it a little bit. And I'm not going in with that much either. Now, if you spray them, you'll be fine. A teeny tiny drop of fallout right here, and then one piece in my eyelash, which we will get going, and there you go. Now the more I mess with this, if I messed with it, the more fallout I would get from those shades, but I try my very best to make sure that the depth and where I want each shadow is where it's supposed to be. That way, once this is on, I'm not messing with it because I'm not messing with the glitter glue. Okay, I'm just not. Could I have sprayed it? Sure, I could have for this video. Absolutely. You all know how that palette goes. I've done so many reviews and using it with other palettes at this point. You know how I Need a Nude goes. But so far, oh, Marc Jacobs. Oh, no, we're not doing top lash line. What am I doing? I got to go back into the Safari palette. Line the top lash line. Hold on. So far, in my opinion, just my opinion alone, I hope I did not get mascara. We're going to take Voodoo and run it along the lower lash line. And I am going to be very, very careful here because, again, that color can start going everywhere. So I'm basically literally tap, tap, tap where I need that darkness in those lashes. But anyway, what I was saying was, so far out of like combining the I Need a Nude with something, this it may have been my favorite palette to combine that I Need a Nude. Because there's just something about this look I'm really, really liking. But I am also starting to wonder, I could probably get this look, in all honesty, using the retro palette and something like this look. Maybe not exact, but close. Using the retro palette or the My Dream palette. So that could be a possibility. I didn't really think about it until just now, but you know. Alright, Marc Jacobs on the top lash line real quick. And again, if you were to put falsies on, this look would look so good. But we all know that I don't know how to do false lashes, so what in the world? That left a mark. How rude. I'm gonna clean that up. Well, I don't know how that just happened, but it happened. Probably time to throw this one away. I don't want to throw it away, but I know I have to. I thought about just keeping it and putting it up, like not using it, because it's drying out. It's dried out, really. But keeping the packaging just so that, and then write down my real thoughts about it so I know and remember. Because even though Marc Jacobs is supposed to be coming back, I mean, we're still a long ways out. And none of the products are going to be the same because it's a new company. So formulations are going to have to change, which suck, I think, because I just don't think you could make it better than what it was, but okay. We'll pretend. That's about as good as it's going to get, to be honest. It's just time to let this one go, I guess. So sad. The other thing is that you could put a purple in the waterline and make this more of a darker look. You could put white and really brighten it up, or go a peach color and have it just neutral, you know? Like, there's ways of even just the liner can change the look to this look. We're going to do the MAC on the bottom lashes. And then I'm really going to have to clean up that mascara. Lucky me. I don't know how to clean up. Ouch. This though, like this is just stuck together and fallen. But at least I know now to let it go. I think I still have one more small one of it anyway. But I'm not opening that till it gets closer to like them relaunching, just so that I have something to compare it to. But Anyway, that's just me. Alright, let's clean up my mess, because you know me, mascara, I've always made a mess with it. I hit it there. And I hit it right here. And then a blob fell right there. Well, that's not really taking that off, is it? Maybe. No, I don't know. What color? Let's do silver for the waterline. Let's just see what it would look like, because I can envision the other three colors I was saying. Let's try a silver and see what it would look like. Let's see if I like it or not. Ooh. Better put it on the top too, huh? Let's just do it. Why not? I love Exit by ColourPop, the pure white. Amethyst Sour is another one of my favorite. Peach Fuzz. And this one here, I cannot think of this. Is this one? Kicker. Those are my favorite. Well, no, and this pink one here, the Avatar one in Blown Away. Chef's kiss for pink. But this I like. So this is kind of a longer video. I do apologize for that. Didn't mean for it to be. I talked a lot. But the main point that I'm trying to make is that the I Need a Nude, though it is a standalone palette, it has made me want to like use it with other palettes that either A, I forgot about because, like I said, it's an all matte palette, so it's just not my preference. B, it's got a color story that's not really like I'm comfortable with, but the I Need a Nude brings it down a notch to where I can build it to the color that the palette is and be comfortable, or introduce that color so that, you know, it has a neutral base to work off of and just build it a little bit, you know, till my comfort level's okay. So I think that the I Need a Nude, though it is the standalone, for me and the way I'll use it, it may be more of a companion palette. So with that said, at a price point that it's at, because it is a standalone palette, but yet it is a companion palette, for me personally, it's a great price point. I will get so much use out of that palette, okay? But not only that, like I said, this palette here is $129. And though I adore this palette, I won't lie and say I don't gravitate to it that much because of the fact that there has to be something else that has come to my attention to make me pull for this. Like a Super Shock Shadow that's just beautiful, you know, or it's a new color and I want to play with it that way. It has to be something like that. If not, I don't pull for this palette. Or if I'm wanting to use those liquid, like I said, what are they? Let me grab one so I'm saying it right too. Because with me, it is hard to tell. Because I think I only have 2 of them. And I wish I would have bought more. Yes, I got 2. Okay, so you can see how these colors would go really good with that palette. Like this color here alone would have looked great with this on the outer portion, maybe even, or even all over the lid, and then put mine in the middle. That would have been gorgeous. I gotta play this again. You know what else? This one here. Okay, so let me just say, the one I'm talking about is Dragonfly. That would have been gorgeous, but I just now hit my head. What is this? Dogbane. Okay, it's like a green, orange, reddish color. I don't know. Where this is more orange, purple, pink. I don't know. But anyway, this one here, bluish color. Well, now green, blue. I don't know. But okay, I'm gonna let you go. I have thoughts, but I'm gonna let you go because I think I know what I'm doing for tomorrow. So stay tuned for that, and it's gonna be those liquid shadows. I need to stop playing with I Need a Nude. I know that. I'll get to it, but I want to give as many examples as I can because if you're going to spend this kind of money, you need to know you're going to get your money's worth. Now, do I already know I got my money's worth? Oh yeah, I know. Because I know how many different ways I'm going to use it. But at the same time, for others, it may be just too pricey. Even though it is a one and done, even though it could be a companion, it's still too much. And I get that. So, but for the ones that do want it, I want to give you as many options as you can with it, you know? So this is the final look using the Safari palette and the I Need a Nude. Stay tuned because I have thoughts now for something else that just clicked into my head, and it doesn't really involve the I Need a Nude technically. This is for a different one of our palettes because this particular palette I didn't really care for. I know. Everybody raved about it though, but it just wasn't for me, I don't think. But I think I have a way to make it me. And that's where you have to, you know, sort of experiment and stuff. So again, because I Need a Nude, now I know how to play with something else, maybe. Hopefully it works out. But for the rest of my face, as yesterday, no, I forget what day it was, but I ended up pulling out another Hourglass palette. And for, well, that's nice. For bronzer, I'm using this. Highlighter, this. For blush, this one. So I use I use 3, 4, and 5. Bronzer, Glistening Bronze Light. Blush, Luminous Rose. I really do like Luminous Rose blush. It is really, really pretty. I don't know if you can get that as a single. And then Supernatural Strobe Light. Again, another one that I really, really do like. So really, this whole palette's really good, except for the finishing powder thing. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this one. I use it as a highlight from time to time, but for the most part, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this, so I don't do anything with it, really. But anyway, that's all I have for you today. Foundation. Oh, my foundation today. Y'all, I pulled out my Tom Ford. I know, right? Who am I? And then for concealer, I'm using the Item Beauty, which I don't think you can get at Sephora anymore, and that's a shame because that's not a bad concealer, to be honest. It's very creamy, though. Very creamy. But this is some foundation here. It's quite expensive, too. What is this one? This one is the Traceless Soft Matte Foundation. And if you can tell, like, there's some missing. And it's quite sad because as that pumps up, I just watch over $100 leave my wallet, because as much as everybody raves about La Mer, and I still like La Mer foundation, but it's not my favorite anymore. I really like this Tom Ford, and I shouldn't have bought this. I knew this would happen, and it's happened. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all of that while you're notified when I upload. I gotta try to get these videos down. I know I talk a lot. And I upload. Did I say I upload every Sunday? I don't think I did. I'm losing my mind. I got so many things. I swear sometimes I think I have ADHD because I'll be on one thing and then I'm over here on the next, and then I'm, you know what I mean? It's like crazy. Or am I just like, I think all these kids are driving me crazy. 5 kids under this roof. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm too old. I'm feeling it too. But anyway. And this is the only time I get to myself. When I sit down and do this. That's it. So I think that's why I've been dragging these videos out. Just so I get a little bit more of alone time. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and